session for clients. I'm going to be sharing psychic wisdom and energy healing. If any of you are interested in exploring a session with me, please come visit me at my website at abbeynormalswisdomquest.com. All right, I'm going to relax and get started. I'm going to read these goals. Thank you so much for the opportunity to connect with you today. Thank you so much for sharing with us here on YouTube. All right, here we go. So you say, "Hi, Abbey. I would like to receive healing for my immune system and anything else that wants to come up. Thank you." Healing for your immune system. Your immune system, and then anything else. And anything else that wants to come up. Okay. Here we go. I can't wait to see what we discover. This is a perfect time of year for immune system healing. All right, here we go. All right, so I am entering into a liquidy environment, and the liquid itself, it has a weird flavor to it. I want to say it's kind of like sparkling water in a way. It doesn't taste good. It's, let's say, sparkling water with pickle juice in it. I mean, it just, and it's lacking in the bubbles, but it's sharp still on my tongue. I don't enjoy it. And I feel like there's this flow that is congested. I mean, I want to define this as toxic, a toxic liquid that I'm in. And there's lots of dead cells in here. And I feel like there's a flow that goes, forward and backward, but never actually goes anywhere. It's like it's trapped. It's like stuck. And I'm looking around and I feel like I can't figure out how to get out of here myself, as though I'm one of these cells that's trying to save my own life, and I'm getting kind of stuck in this toxic liquid and I can't get out of it. I start to see another image, and it's a strange person. They look kind of like a combination between an animal with a long tail, like a lion, and then an insect. So they have like 6 legs with a furry body and a long tail, and just a very strange insect like head, and they're just climbing a ladder on out of here. But where they are and their ladder is not where I am in this vat. And I can't just get over there. And I'm really in deep thought here as to how I'm going to get myself out of this one. I literally, this is literally what's happening, okay? This questioning cell is yourself, okay? And you are choosing to go into a meditation, and you're sitting cross-legged, sitting with like a straight back in a meditation in here, waiting for the universe to give you an idea, okay? And you are still waiting in here, and they show me like 30, 40 years later. And you look transformed. You don't look like a cell anymore. You look like an actual ant. Like the insect, you look like a black ant. And you're sitting upright in a meditative position. And your skin has become transformed. It's become hardened. It's a strong defense against this liquid. And somehow you learn how to breathe the liquid in and out and find sustainability with that. You took a really harsh environment and you worked with it. You found a way to work with it and to become stronger through that harsh environment. I mean, that's literally what they show me. Are there ants that are called military ants? I mean, I keep thinking you're a military ant, okay? And it's a very strong-willed ant. Like maybe they're called the carpenter ants or something. I don't know. You're a military ant, okay? You're up for you can fight back. Like you can fight back against whatever the circumstances of your life have been. You find a way to transmute that and then turn it into your own personal power, okay? The universe never gave you any ideas. You just transformed over years of time and became stronger, and you never really received any ideas from the universe. That's what this scene is showing me, okay? Now, this vat of toxic liquid has become less and less and less because you've been feeding off of it and transforming yourself through it. And you're standing up now and you're full of some kind of personal power, okay? I mean, you've got some energy in these spheres of your body. You have energy stored in them. And you're finding that what became an environment you wanted to get yourself out of now became the environment you felt most comfortable with, which is an environment of harsh conditions. Became a comfort zone, believe it or not. And now to find your way out of harsh conditions into something softer, it's like, well, I could have used that years ago, but I guess I wasn't meant to have that softer environment because I needed to learn some things. I needed to have a harsh environment that made me stronger. Now to just go to a soft environment, it's confusing every part of my being. You don't want to leave this. It's like the dog that finally becomes accustomed to the kennel. It becomes a comfort place, a safe place. You don't want to leave this. It's your safe place now. You've transformed and you learned the dynamics, and this is your power place. So now you're to go to a softer environment. Doesn't seem right. You literally become emotional and you cry. And it's like the irony of life. You're crying because of the irony of life. That something you wanted, which was warm and wholesome and simple and soft, was not what you were given until you became hard and transformed. Now that you are different and you prefer the harsher environment, it's like there is still a voice calling you into something softer, more wholesome, more supportive, nurturing of you. And it feels like the irony of life. Like, why couldn't you have given this to me when I needed it most? You gave it to me when I didn't need it anymore. How could you do this to me, universe? Like, there's an anger, an unresolved kind of hurt, there it literally is. I feel that. You're standing in this, and I see the vision of a little boy who is sitting in here, and he smiles and waves at you, and he says, you need to go now, you need to go now. And he literally kind of ushers with his hand for you to move in that direction towards the ladder where you saw that creature climbing on out. You need to go now. Don't stay here. There's nothing left for you to do here. You need to go now and find yourself in a new way. Go now. You need to go now. And you again start to cry, and I see that the hard shell breaks off and exposes a lot of unresolved wounds, okay? These wounds look very strange because you still have kind of an ant-like structure, and they're milky. They've got like a milky residue. It's also like a combo between milk and peanut butter, and it's lathered all over your body, but it represents like it's trying to heal, like a scab over a cut. It's like the material that helps your body to heal. But really, I experience another energy coming in with it's turning into a shower, and it's wanting to wash this off your body. Because you already are healed. You already are healed. Literally is what it's saying this, okay? That's what it's like. And if everything about this feels gross to you, like everything feels gross to you, and I particularly feel an unresolved grossness in what is like your sacral chakra area, okay? Your emotional gut, your sacral chakra area, unresolved grossness. And this shower is representing something as pure, pure that is sort of washing away the damage, so that you can see how pristine you are. But there is inside, internally, I feel the water cannot heal, it can't transmute this unresolved grossness, okay? It's such unresolved grossness. It's like the wrongdoings. It's like wrongdoings, okay? It's cringy wrongdoings. Makes you sick. It's weird because it's not sick to your stomach, it's sick to your sacral chakra. It makes you sick to your sacral chakra, which is about the pleasures of life, you know? So your sickness is in your sacral chakra. Cringy things done to what should have been the pleasures of life. Ew, barfy. In your sacral chakra, okay? And this shower is not reaching that space. For whatever reason, this is my path, all right? To helping to boost your immune system. This is my path, okay? All right, so let's see what comes next. I gotta go in there. I gotta go into your sacral chakra. I feel like, all right, boys, we're going in. It's like I got a team here, and we're gonna go into this like this environment that's like I don't know what we're gonna run into, so we gotta be prepared. Okay, we're going in here. Okay. Yeah, you don't like that. You're kind of shy about this. Yeah, you're kind of shy. And I feel like, oh, weird. Self-expression is involved here, so things are changing, just so you know. I just need to wait. You're really energetically shifting. I can't explain it. You're doing a lot of things right now. It's good. I feel vibrational changes in your crown chakra, in your third eye, in your throat, in your sacral chakra, in your heart. And it's sticky residue that the shower didn't wash off on the external, but also you're learning how to sort of do an internal purification of sorts. And you are still shy about me going into your sacral chakra, like that's off limits. And I feel like there's something needs to be resolved here that is going to empower you to be healthy and not fall into illness of any kind. Like, and it's going to empower you to be healthy, okay? You say it's ugly in there, and it's ugly in there, and you show me that it smells like rotten cabbage, and it's like it's like you don't invite your parents over to your house and it's a complete and utter disaster that hasn't been cleaned in 2 years, and you're still sleeping on the same like raunchy sheets, and they're gonna have to sleep in the guest room that's covered in like I don't know who knows what mayonnaise that came off of the bologna sandwich that's spilt on the bed while we were watching Days of Our Lives, or who knows what. Okay, there's weird raunchy stuff everywhere and it smells, and you haven't taken the trash out for 6 months. Okay, so you're telling me you're trying to clean your sacral chakra up before I go in because you're embarrassed by how gross it is in there? Okay, well, good. Okay, this is good because we're acknowledging where these vulnerable places are so we can work on them, which is going to help your health. So this is helping your immune system. This is good. I'm proud of you. Like, you're actually like, oh my God, my parents are suddenly here. My house is a mess. Like, oh no, don't come in yet. You're like this. It's funny. Okay, we're ready. Like, we're cool with it, man. We're cool with it. I'm gonna have to be a little egotistical, sorry, but I'm gonna have to be snooty and like act like I'm gonna have to act very grossed out because I have to. So the energy is telling me this. All right, so I'm coming in and I'm like like gag me with a spoon. Ew, this is how you like keep things clean. Oh, you're so disgusting. Ew, you're the most disgusting person I've ever met. Ew, like ew. I just keep saying ew. Oh, yuck. Nasty. Yuck. You're so gross. Like I keep saying those things, okay? Let's see what you do. You kind of say this to me. You say, what do you do when you try the best you know how? And no matter how hard you try, the best you know how, it's never good enough. And what you're walking into is the best I know how. And that's the best I can tell you. It was so good that you said that. All right. Let me see what the next inspiration is. Oh, I turn into a mean person. I turn into a bitch. I straight up, that's the word that comes to me. And I'm just like, so I'm turning my nose up to you. You're foul. You're a piece of POS. My finger is pointing at you like you're this. And then you're this. Ugh! God, you disgust me. Ah! I'm starting to get like almost like I'm going to start shaking, and now I'm going to start like being enraged. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick things up and slam them against the wall and start breaking things. And now I'm going to make it even more messy in here because you're a mess. Because you're a mess. Okay? So that interaction, that communication is happening in your sacral chakra, where the pleasures of life are. Okay. Yeah, you're so you're trying to neutralize what is getting out of control. And there's this like volcanically erupting person who actually what I feel vibrationally that this emanation is doing, they take okay, many pictures are coming to me. So the Death Star, right? It has this like ultra beam that it pulls in all this energy and then it blasts out. It's like this ultra like crazy beam of energy that's going to destroy planets type stuff. What this emanation does, who's vibrating as a female energy, okay? So she's sucking all this energy from inside of herself and then turning it into this profound Death Star laser beam to blow you up as though you're an unwanted planet, okay? So why is that the case here? Why? Why do you have that conflict? Okay. You'll never be good enough. You'll always be an unwanted planet, just so you know. And you'll not be able to stabilize the Death Star either. So what are you going to do? Because you can't stabilize the Death Star. You can't turn the Death Star into something softer. You can't help it. You need to literally remove it. Because you're never going to get the respect that you deserve for your hard work, and the best that you can do at this time is always going to be degraded. Therefore, you're going to be degraded. You're going to be walked all over. You're literally like a piece of chewed up, spit out bubble gum that is beneath the shoe of this Death Star, and you're a nuisance. You're a nuisance. And you're the reason why the Death Star picked all this stuff up and threw it against the wall. You're the reason why. You POS, you. Okay? This is really good because as we're talking about this, as we're bringing it out to the surface, I don't smell rotten cabbage. I don't smell old trash. Like we're taking the trash out, which is simply exploring this conflict, okay? And now that really loud energy is actually, we're able to take the trash out. I mean, we're taking that loud energy and we're removing it from your sacral chakra, okay? I tell you, I'm so proud of you. I mean, thank you for letting us see this, okay? Thank you for letting this be exposed. Why was that so shameful for you? Oh, you don't want to talk about it, but you kind of rub your head or rub your face, and your throat is really hurt. Your throat is how you um your identity is your throat's gift to express who you are, right? And we can put that expression into words like I love you and you're great and thank you for doing the best that you know how. I appreciate you for who you are. So you can have somebody who, wants to build you up to know that you're great because you are, right? And so now you have this voice that you can just be yourself. You don't have to explain yourself to anybody. You don't have to prove yourself to anybody. You don't have to try to work with some optimistic statements or hope somebody comes in to do that for you, because now your voice is your own. So you don't have to explain yourself to anybody. Your voice is your own, you know? And so there's something nice about this, that this conversation and everything with the removal of the dust star and stuff, it's giving you your voice back. It's giving your voice back where your voice matters, and your voice now can be heard. And that brings joy to your life for you to then matter, because your voice matters, right? This is such good stuff. Okay. Man, there's so much work to be done. I can see why that would make you vulnerable to sicknesses, because that was a sickness in your sacral chakra that we just removed. And that energy was still actively there, and that needed to go, because you aren't a mess. That energy was a mess. You aren't a mess. That energy was a mess. Now you need to see yourself as totally put together, strong and healthy, and a conqueror of complex environments. A conqueror of complex environments, a strong person, okay? All right, let's see. Man, there's a million things. Okay. The next thing is about liquid again, and I'm in kind of like, it's a very thin space, but it acts like it's an aquarium, like a fish tank, but it's a very thin space. It's maybe like 2 inches deep, okay? But it's tall and long. So it's kind of like a window full of water. And I'm inside like a fish, and I'm just going back and forth and back and forth and just looking out this thin window of my life, okay? And there's nothing here. There's no other fish. There's no living things. It's just my water and my window of my life. And it's very thin, okay? It's stale as all get out. Like, I would not want to eat this for breakfast every single morning for years to come. This would be my worst nightmare, you know? Like, there's nothing here but you in an empty, meaningless world looking out the window of your life. It's so sad, you know? This is hardcore. This is a hardcore scene. All right. You're a really bright yellow fish. You're like an ocean fish, a super bright yellow ocean fish. Really pretty. I think I've seen an ocean fish that looks like this, you know? And all yellow, bright yellow, okay? You say, nobody sees me, nobody hears me, I'm all alone. And I see there is an actual window, and the sun is rising and the sun is revealing itself. But there's something of your path, all the years, what created the military ant or whatever now is strong, can leave to go to something softer after all this hard work. It's kind of weird. Clearing out your sacral chakra as we're now experiencing this emotional stuff, the window of your life, you know? The sun's rising and it's shining upon you, but it's like not enough. It's like the sun is not enough. And you represent the sun. I mean, you're yellow. The sun is yellow. So there's something of a parallel happening here between you and the sun, okay? I will say you want to feel colder, almost like feeling cold is familiar to you. Feeling warm is not, which tells me that your environment has been a colder environment and not enough warmth and nurture for you to feel comfortable in a warm, emotionally warm environment. Like, this energy is telling me you're a tropical fish. You belong in a warm, comfortable environment. That is why your life has become this thin window. It's not you. It's not you at all. You needed to go through the harsh environment, reality, in order to become strong, to fill up with this, whatever this substance is on the inside. Go through the shower to clean all this off. Go through the healing, the internal healing process within your sacral chakra, right? And there's so much more. I mean, there's so much more here. I would love to dive into so much more here. But it's time for like a quantum leap, all right? It's time for the warm tropical waters and the sun, rays of the sun upon you, and for you to soak up the warmth in a warm and loving, nurturing environment for yourself, okay? So let's see what the next message is. Oh, you know what? They want me to create that reality. I see you basically laying on a bed and you have no blankets and you're shivering. And they want me to place the sunshine tropical fish into your heart and remind you that tropical fish thrive in warm environments. You thrive in warm environments that are nurturing. They're like heartwarming environments, okay? Emotional gut warming environments, sacral chakra warming environments, okay? Environments where you matter, okay? Now, it's really hard to get you to warm up on the inside. Like you're like the Thanksgiving turkey pulled out of the freezer that will not thaw out already. You know, it's like you're frozen to the bone. It's like, how come you're not thawing out yet? What is this resistance to the warmth? You know, I got to go figure this out. You decided that you are a cold, you're okay. This is interesting and cool. I'm shown lifetimes. Oh, man, how am I going to do this to justice? Let's just say your soul has familiarity with living on extremely cold planets where you actually had an adaptable body that lived in cold environment, and that was fine. That some of these environments were like cold was like the new hot or something, okay? Some of these environments were actually, you were freezing. You were freezing in some of these environments, and they were focused on survival. Some of these environments, you just had that adaptability. You could survive in a cold environment, and that was familiar to you, okay? And when you are living in what would be an emotionally cold, or there's not enough warm nurture in your life, what you're doing is pulling memories from cold environments that your soul has actually experienced to help you find the ingredients you need in order to conquer the situation that you're in this lifetime. So you've pulled in so much familiarity with cold environments that you don't know how to send that information back to the cold environments and now start pulling in memories from warm environments because it's too flippin' extreme, you know? Like you're going from one extreme, cold becomes your new familiar environment. Now to warm suddenly is my new environment. I don't understand. Like you can't take me from a cold environment, now put me in a warm environment, expect that to work. But that's legit. That is what I'm called to do, is send back the lifetimes that you've been working with to help you survive what you've gone through in your current life. Send those lifetimes back to their cold environments. You don't need them anymore. And they're overshadowing the parts of you that are warm that you need to have. You need to be working with these warm parts of you because your life is going in flux. Literally. You're going inside out, okay? That's literally what's happening. Okay. Oh, wow. You're a good listener. I mean, you heard me, and you have a really nice, gentle way of speaking because you basically say, okay. But I'm telling you, it was like a sentence, and it was gently put, and it was honest, and it's just like, this is the best that I can do kind of level. It was really sweetly, gently, softly put. And I mean, it's like, okay, I will do that. And you're already sending back cold parts of you, and you're crying again, like you're releasing emotional grief, because there's been a lot of harsh shifts for your life. You got to be this way, and now you've got to be that way. It's like, your life, you have to be an alphabet. No, now you have to be numbers, something totally different, you know? So it's like too many sharp turns and changes to your dynamic, and it's not been just like one fluid consistent rhythm. It's like, here's point A, go right back the way you came, slightly diagonal, now go straight up, now go straight down, and you're like a racquetball in every direction. Like, that's kind of how it feels. Your dynamic feels like you've had to go in a lot of sharp turns to get through your life, which has helped you to become strong and grow in dynamic ways, you know? So you can do this sharp turn and choose warmth, okay? You can do it. And you are doing it. And it's already taking effect. You start by laying yourself down on warm sand that isn't hot. It's just warm sand. And you don't raise the volume of the sunshine. You just let it be warm sun. And you allow your hands to gently touch warm water, okay? It's like coming in from sledding for 8 hours and like -20. And now you're coming in and your feet feel like 10 times their size, and you want a hot shower, but you have to start with cold water first, you know? So it's like, you're like this. You got to start with like something lukewarm, okay? And it's working. I mean, and what's interesting, I need to tell you what's interesting here. Man, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. This lukewarm environment is legend earthquake happening because of this choice to choose to shift from cold to warm, which eventually will get hotter until hot becomes, you know, comfortably warm or whatever. The ground is, an earthquake is happening, and the ground is shaking, and there's something big that is coming up from under the ground. And it's, I don't know what it is. It's a big black thing, okay? And it's right straight beneath you, and it's massive. I don't know. It looks like a cactus that has no points. It has no splintery things on it. I mean, it's coming out like a big cactus, and it fans out its cactus arms and its many branches of the cactus, but it's not sharp or spiky. And it's black, and it's fanning out, and it's like a massive cactus tree. It's like the biggest, it's bigger than like the biggest mountain. I mean, it's so strange. It's a black cactus tree. It's the coolest thing. It has no sharp points. And you're still kind of meditating, and you're allowing yourself to feel warm. And there's a weird thing that's breaking out of this big cactus tree. And it's a being, and it has really long hair, and the hair is meant to be whitish gray, but there's a weird translucence about it, and it's like looking at a bubble, and it has a rainbow, and then it's clear, you know? So he has this like translucence where he has black, like, so you look at him in a different way, and it turns black, and then it goes back to having kind of an effect, like he has grayish white hair. He's like a bubble, but he's a physical being, and I don't know who he is. I mean, really long hair, really long beard. He has a staff. It has like a oval shaped white moonstone. Is that what that is? Like a white stone in it? It's pretty. I mean, he seems like he's angry though. I mean, he seems kind of angry to me. Like he wants to smite you. But he doesn't though. It's like he's toning it down so he's not so intense. And you're really focused on the warmth, but I feel like you need to stop for a minute and just look at this guy. I mean, you conjured this up somehow. You say he's not worth my time. I'm going to choose to be warm. I don't want anything to do with that. Okay, so I say okay, and I literally take that and then I send it away. It's gone now. Gone, bye-bye. I have no idea what that was. You didn't want anything to do with it, I sent it away. Okay. And I'm looking at you, and why are you crying again? And literally there is like like you've been ripped straight down from the top of your head, down the center of your face, down your lips, down your neck, down your chest, down. You've been, and it's like burned because I can smell singed skin is what it is. And it's like you're trying to pull your two sides together, but you're in pain in the center of who you are, like right down the center of you. You're in pain here, and it's like melting flesh right down the center, and you're shaking and you're trying to hold this together. And I say, what are you doing? I mean, what are you doing? And you break, you open up, and you become a thing, like a black beetle. And your black beetle, and you just died, and your black beetle on the warm sand, and you're emotionally releasing again from your eyes. You cry again, and you say, I don't know how many times I'm gonna have to go through transformation, but I will try my best. And you say that to like God or your higher self, that you will do your best to learn how to adapt to a warm environment. And even if you have to die many times in this life in order to get there, you will do it. I'm just astounded here. I'm like, I don't even know what to say right now. You'll die many times in order to do it? Like, oh my God. There's a fairy, a little fairy that comes here. And she starts giggling, and she's her skin is like a grayish white color, and she has really bubbly black hair, like it's been in rollers, and it's lots of hairspray. And she wears a little red dress, like a diner, like a girl maybe for her first date at a diner. Like she's really cute. She's wearing like those what are those little bobby socks and those little black shoes. Like she's maybe like a poodle skirt girl or something. I don't know what it is about her, but she really helps you a lot. And I see you emerge from the beetle, and you have cold blue skin, and you stand up as like a high school hunk, and you look like a high school hunk. You have like a leather jacket, and you're like a blue man. I mean, and you have frozen skin, and she's very small, whispering in your ear. And you look at the sun and you say, I can do anything. I'm just like, wow, wow, yeah, you can do anything. Like, wow, I don't even know what to say. And you tell Poseidon to get out of the ocean, and he does. And you say, I'm here, Poseidon, I'm here. I mean, literally, that's what's happening next. And there's a giant squid man who is phenomenal looking. I mean, he doesn't look like any Poseidon I've ever seen depicted before, but he has many wriggling gray tentacles, and he's just this massive face and this kind of human and water animal like body. Like, he's the ocean man. I mean, and he has this like trident. But what he does is he just like, the trident is more like for like a prop or something, because he uses his hands on the waves, and then the waves wash towards you, and they surround you in a clean water, like a salt water, like a saltwater soak. Like I'm getting images of resting in a hot bath with this Epsom salts. Like I'm seeing soaking in hot water, and this is helping you to thaw out. Poseidon, the spirit of Poseidon, will help you to thaw out and receive more of the warm sun and be the tropical fish that you are, the bright, colorful tropical fish that you are. I feel like there's so much more meaning here, but this is all I can share for right now. I would love to stick with this. Thank you so much for this experience. This is some major energy movement, and this is what I'm called to do to boost your immune system, okay? And then whatever else comes, right? Thank you so much for the experience. Thank you so much for sharing with me, with everybody here. And I hope you have a very wonderful rest of your day. I hope you all do.